Oh yeah.
This is always scary.
It's not scary.
You never know what's going to happen when we hit go live, right?
You never know. That's all. Bada bing. There it is. Cool.
Oh yeah. Mute. It's always scary. Mute.
Scary.
There we go. All right.
Wow, we actually look like we know what we're doing.
Hey. All right. Hello, everybody. Come on in and welcome. Say hi. Let us know where you're watching from. If you're over on YouTube watching, welcome to our group. If you're on here from our Facebook groups, welcome too. Getting it going over there. Okay.
I'm Lance. This is Tammy. I'll be over on YouTube answering any questions, comments, or anything like that. Trying to put my head back into the Zoom every now and then. So, but she'll be controlling the Zoom over here, and hopefully she'll have everything squared away as I will on this side.
Yeah. So we are basically trying to, we had Nana and Papa duty this week. So we was learning to navigate with little ones around again and how difficult and different it is. When it's me and him, we stay on our strict routine. You know, we're pretty much one meal a day easily. You know, it's not a conflict, anything like that. And then the kids come around and things are different. You forget about, they like to eat a little bit more than we do. So
different too.
It is different, and it's a learning curve, and it really is. It gives you a new appreciation for what the parents have to deal with on a daily basis, trying to deal with little ones and feeding them and trying to make every meal. I think every time we sat down at the table was a learning lesson of getting them to look at numbers and what's better choices. And we were sitting at the table at the restaurant after Maddox had a football game, and we was just looking, they had the crappy, yucky ketchup on the table and turned it over and was showing them the ingredients on the ketchup on the table that was high fructose corn syrup right there in the middle of the ketchup, and just little things like that. So it was a nice learning experience every time we got to sit down. Of course, when we're eating at a restaurant, we don't get to control what is in all the food and everything like that. So we just kind of relaxed and enjoyed it with the kids and made it through the football game, went and had dinner with the kids and everything. And then, we are ready now to get back on track. We are ready to get going, get this back in gear. Hey, April, it's good to see you. Oh, can she hear us yet?
I don't know. We'll find out.
Can April hear us? Sometimes we see old people, not old people, old friends.
She called you old.
April, we're just happy to see you, honey. I'm glad you're here. Anyways, it's just nice to. Is there a password? Somebody's wanting to know if there's a password.
Well, let's find out.
There shouldn't be. You should be able to just click on the link and get in. Anyways, what we was trying to do is we're trying to kind of look forward ahead and realizing if we could get a good 6 weeks of being nice and strong. We're trying to get our chemistry back on track. I've been struggling still since the heart attack and medications and all that stuff. We are trying to get back on track. Look at our calendars. This is where we're asking you to prep and plan. And I want my chemistry as strong as possible, because looking forward to the next 8, 10, 12 weeks, we're coming into Thanksgiving, then we're going to be heading into Christmas. We've got a good 6 weeks to get prepped and ready to hit Thanksgiving with a strong chemistry. And if we're fat adapted and we are, in ketosis and going into ketosis with our fast, whether you're doing sardine fast or whether you're doing a clean fast, all of those things are going to help navigate us and get us through. I want to get the best 6 weeks in before Thanksgiving hits that we possibly can hit. So it's just those kind of things that we're going to try to hit really strong this week and get our schedules made, get things going. So we are prepping and planning and trying to get our fasting in and getting everything just planned out and ready so we can come off, the week. We don't go off the rails like at Thanksgiving. We still stay, pretty decent. We don't go crazy, but we are eating other people's foods and stuff that's outside our eating window and things like that. So we will still try to go in and be as prepped and ready as we can for Thanksgiving dinner. So that being said, we've got a good 6 weeks to get us going. So that's us. We again had kids this weekend, so we're outside our eating window. We're all over the place. We are we're deciding if we're starting our fast today or we're going to wait. We still have a couple ribeyes in there calling our name that we didn't get to eat through the weekend with the kids, that we might get those in tomorrow and just start our fast tomorrow and get going, because we need to get back on track. And I feel it. I miss the fasting. I miss being on track. I miss that one meal a day. As soon as you open up that window and start eating outside that window, I feel bloated today. I'm struggling. I'm tired. I'm not feeling well. You can just tell a difference automatically. I mean, it's almost like instant for me. It's crazy. I do best one meal a day, fasting 3 days a week, one meal a day, the other 4 days is the best that we feel. So come on in, tell us any questions this week, anything, anybody struggling with anything. Give me one struggle, one win, and one question. Try to keep it focused. I need everybody to kind of stay focused on your questions, on your person. I can't help it, everybody in your family at one time. So we're kind of get led astray a little bit. So help me stay on point tonight so we can get out of here in an hour tonight. We all got some things we got to accomplish yet tonight. So let me know who wants to check in first. Let's get going.
I want to check in first.
Okay, go ahead. Come on, Ruth.
Hi, Ruth.
I have a problem that I wrote on there, but I wrote it on a messenger because it sounded so weird, and I did something that was so weird, but I can't explain the vertigo that went with it and how the room spinned after my deciding to go off by, I don't know what made me eat that apple, but the room spun and I was terribly now. So my point is I'm ashamed of the whole concept because I went off, that thing pulled me so hard. I allowed it to, and I said, okay, peanut butter. Okay, it's good. Apple, no, but yet, and went in the room, I don't know, maybe an hour later, and all of that with the spinning of which was bothered me terribly was the problem. And so
Probably a sugar rush that you're not used to.
Is that what it was?
More than likely, I would guess would be if you had, Ruth, you've been doing so well on your carbs and staying down and everything. I could see where an apple might throw you a little curve. And
oh man, it didn't throw me a curve. It threw me off the box.
So sometimes that does that. I mean, you not having carbs for that long and your sugar intake as low as it was, when you have that sudden rush, your body's going to react. And it could have been, you said you had apples and peanut butter.
Yeah, it was one apple, medium-sized apple, and the peanut butter. Yeah. I put the peanut butter on there and ate it, and on the apple, you slice it with the little gadget. And I don't know, I went it and ate it and just, and I believe I had water. Don't know. I don't recall exactly, but I was preparing to go somewhere. I was preparing, I had that in mind, and that just took care of everything that's in reference to my going, because that vertigo, I was then off my I was unhappy with it, and then I wasn't sure about it, and then I didn't know where, but I sort of thought that, well, the sugar could have done that to me, but then again, I just needed someone to. But since that time, I've been carnivore, just butter, BB, whatever we said one time, and I just opened up my eating window a little bit, and that was just it. So I was ashamed.
That apple gave you sugar, and more than likely the peanut butter that you ate gave you sugar, because most of the time they put sugar into peanut butter and you don't even know.
Yeah.
And just know, Ruth, too, the deeper in ketosis you are, you've been carnivore, you've been doing really well. So when you do that and you get your body nice and tight and strict like you were doing really good. That apple's going to have that much more of an effect on you. And just know, those of us that stay pretty strict, an apple would throw me right off the rails too. So don't feel bad in that. Those are the things, again, I want you to go back to your chronometer, and I want you to put it in your chronometer before you eat it, because that way you're going to know what's going in before you do that, because you would have seen in your chronometer, oh, that's not going to work.
And here's another thing too, another life lesson. You just read your body. You did something, you had a reaction. Now you know what that's going to do to you.
Yes.
So the next
Yeah.
time that apple and peanut butter present itself, you may say, "Oh hell no!"
Or some other, and I came across some other things that, normally I run across with the kids, with their choices. And boy, I was like, no way, you're not looking at me, I am not that person. But I did, it was a subtle kind of thing that I looked at it as if I had snuck around the corner, and that kind of thing. It made me feel very
Know the feeling, been there.
yes.
But this is where take it, don't forget it. Keep it in the front of your mind. And I want you to think that through. Next time an apple, like Lance said, next time an apple presents itself, you want to feel that yucky feeling. You want to feel, oh, that's not good. You want to keep all that going.
And don't beat yourself. Don't beat yourself up over it too much. Learn from it, use it as a tool next time, and go.
Yes, and we're coming up on the holidays too. See, then that's shot into my head. If it is the sugar that happened, then here we are going toward the holiday. Keep that in my mind, because you are tempted even more to want to align yourself with what you used to do at this time of year, and so.
Absolutely.
Speaking of this time of the year, I want to throw, I don't know if we can put it over in the chat over there, but we'll try to get it listed on the chat over there too. But over in our group page, if any of you have ever heard of Friendsgiving that Judith from Keto for the Soul hosts, there's a few tickets left for Friendsgiving that you can get and go. It's in Memphis on November 12th. It's going to be a fun little dinner. Dr. Barry, Judith is going to be there and her family. It's just a nice little keto gathering that she's put on for a couple years. And it's neat. We're excited to be invited and get to go. So if anybody, she just told me there's 10 tickets left. So if anybody has a chance, we will put that in there. We'll put the link in there to the website and everything. And she said the code is KT4S, I think, is a discount code. That will save you a little bit. K4TS is a discount code, and I will post it here. I'm copying right now.
Hang on,
Fling it over there.
I'm not available right now.
All right.
So we're gonna
we will also put it on our group page, so it'll be there if anybody. It's just gonna be a neat opportunity to go for a couple other things. We've also got a code that we will be putting in the group, and Journey to Keto group, or Journey to Healing group, for KetoCon, which is going to be in April this year, April 21st, 22nd, and 23rd down in Texas again. So we've got a code in there. So anybody looking for some keto places to get together and mingle, we'll have both of those over on the group for you to get tickets ordered. There's a discount code big time for KetoCon right now on the code that I'll put on the group. It's a $300 ticket, and right now she's got it on sale for $100 with the code. So, and it's only through the end of October, then the price is going to start going up. So I'm excited to be a part of that and to be going to Texas, and hopefully it's much less eventful this year when we come home. So he's going with me this year. I'm not tackling that one by myself.
Yeah, she ain't going out of my sight this time.
So we're going to do that one together. But anyways,
I did put the link over in the YouTube comments for the Friendsgiving.
That's one with Judith in Memphis. So,
and y'all, if you are stuck on the Zoom, you could always go back later and watch that YouTube live video. You can grab that code then in the comments, because it'll be there. And
then it'll also be on Journey to Healing in our group page. So we'll post all these things over there. Maybe not tonight, might be tomorrow. So we're getting there. So everybody, come and say hi to us.
Ruth, I want to say kudos to you,
yes,
dear, for paying attention to your body. Exactly the same. Use it, take it, learn it, use it next time. So don't beat yourself up too bad.
Thank you.
All right. All right, Felicia, come check in. Tell us how you're doing.
Hi there. Good evening.
Hey.
We're doing good.
Good.
We are just trucking right along. I'm still struggling to get enough fat in me, but I'm still plugging away and working at it.
Good.
Good deal.
Any problems this week, or are you doing good?
They've been all over the place. So, but I, for the most part, I've been producing ketones. So I can't complain about that. I'm just frustrated because it's just my stomach does not like all that fat. And then when I go to bed at night, I'm usually sitting there going, man, I'm really hungry.
Are you getting your fats in you enough that you're not feeling, or you're struggling getting the fats in so you are feeling hungry?
That is
Or is it a mental game?
It's just struggling getting them. It's the same thing as always. My stomach just, lunch today, I had butter on my roast beef, and about a quarter of a cup was all I could eat. But then after a quarter of a cup, I could not get any more down. And we're preparing for a catering job tomorrow. And so I got busy, and then we left the shop probably 45 minutes ago. And before we left the shop, I went, you know what? I haven't put any more fat in me, and that's not going to be a good thing. So I took about 2 tablespoons of coffee and put some butter and some MCT oil and some coconut oil in it and drank that down.
That'll do it.
So I hope so. I've got my fingers crossed that I'll do it. But it just wasn't in my window, so I was frustrated. But we've been
at least you did it with fat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If it's outside your window, you fell forward. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And don't beat yourself up on that. You got to get those fats in you nice and slow as you can. And, as much as your body will tolerate, you'll get there. Make sure you're trying to do that bone broth, get that gut healed, keep that going and everything so that you'll be able to tolerate those fats a little bit more and a little bit more as you go along.
Right.
And the same thing we kind of told Betsy beforehand, before we jumped on here about training your body. You're going to have to, train your body to do that, to take more fat in. So it's going to be, you're going to have to do it and do it and do it more consistent to do it. And you got to start somewhere. So you're doing good though, Felicia.
Yeah. And a lot of times too, anybody that's really struggling with the fats like that, rotate through them. Don't do just all one fat, because I know that was a hard, I have no gallbladder. I had a horrible gut, all those things. But if I eat a little bit of butter, a little bit of bacon fat, a little bit of ribeye, a little bit of, the fat on the ribeye, kind of things like that. If I circle through them, it doesn't seem to be as devastating to my gut and my belly and everything else. If I do a little bit at a time of different kinds, I can handle it pretty well if I do it that way. If I do all one and just get it in me, it's not good.
Bad idea.
It's going to give you a bellyache, and you're going to sit in the bathroom all day.
4 tablespoons of avocado oil or something like that.
Yeah, those of us with no gallbladder can't do it. He can chug the olive oil, but yeah, the rest of us can't. The rest of us mere mortals. It's not a good thing. And if we do it, we end up having poop stories, and Kevin just gets entertained all day with them. So. Yeah.
Oh man.
So. All right. Who wants to jump in next? Come on, guys.
We need to go on
before we get back into poop stories.
We're gonna get kicked off.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Kevin himself.
Jump in. Whoever wants to jump in. Go ahead. We got you muted, Kev.
All right, you're next, Kevin.
Figure out your mute. No,
Okay,
you're still muted.
You have to
I
press
can't read
the
your
button.
lips.
Unmute microphone.
He's gonna kill you. You know that, right?
Still can't hear you.
Come on, Kev.
Not gonna happen today, huh?
Hang on. Wait, if I ask you, how about if I ask you? Does that help?
There
There you go. See?
Yeah. For some reason, I don't see it. So, Ruth, I want to let you know, I was a teenager in the 70s. I did a lot of laying I heard of people laying on their bedroom floor doing a lot of helicopter spins. So
I hear that.
He heard about it. It wasn't him. Yeah. You noticed that, right?
It wasn't him.
No.
He heard about it.
I was a Bible class.
Bible spin too, huh?
Sure. What I wanted to say was, I posted those pictures, so you saw that I had a lot of seafood this weekend.
I'm jealous.
And you should be. So
Yeah.
Saturday, my blood glucose was fine, but I ate twice Saturday. I didn't even bother checking my blood glucose today. But the easy thing was, why I posted those pictures is it's that easy to stay keto-like. It was not difficult. Every single person with me was eating keto-like. A couple people had some of that bread, but most of them, there was a lot of bread left for five of us.
And when you have a meal like that, you don't walk away feeling deprived.
Absolutely.
It's not like, oh my gosh, I have to eat keto. It's like we eat like kings, you know?
Yeah.
It's good. If you're getting that protein and fats in you like that, what is not to love over, 500 pounds of seafood that's fresh and good and yummy.
And I was surprised how much fat I got. I didn't even put it in chronometer because it was just 2 days of crazy busy. So when I drove home today in the morning, I actually felt a little bit hungry for a change, and I stopped at McDonald's to get a coffee, and I got a sausage egg McMuffin.
Oh, dude, that's a bad
That
idea.
was gross.
That's a bad idea.
I can't describe how gross that was. And I'm a guy, I'll eat anything. That check, never doing that again. That was that bad.
Yeah.
But
you know what? I think though, the lesson in that is when you get used to quality food and then you go back to that. Me and my granddaughter were talking today because she's like, oh, there's McDonald's over here. Oh, there's that. And I'm like, oh, that wouldn't be good because our day will end right now. We could go in, throw the buns out the window and have the burger and then we would still be sicker than dogs. It's just that part of we're used to quality food. And she's, Harper's sitting there and she's like, yeah, that probably would be a bellyache, wouldn't it? And she's like, we were sitting there and somebody beside us was eating McDonald's French fries and you could smell it. And I said, the sad part, those used to smell good to me. And I said, now that rancid oil just gags me. It's like, oof, that's just not even good.
Good thing was I didn't eat the bread, but the other good thing was I had a 4-hour drive so I could just focus on driving and ignore the taste.
Bellyache.
Yeah.
I didn't feel well, but I didn't get sick, but I could tell my body was rejecting that. So anyway, I tried it. Anybody else you want to try it? No, just go ahead and forget it.
Just don't even bother. Don't even bother.
But that's all I had to say.
Another good example of that is I used to go through McDonald's drive-through and I would double fist it to buy those sweet teas that remember when they first came out with those big half-gallon cups of iced tea. And I'm like, that's real sweet tea. Like just made
that's a headache.
my hillbilly heart happy of sweet tea. And I went to start drinking, I started drinking them and it got to where I'd go through the drive-through and order 2 at a time. So I'd have one for later because that sweet tea was so good. And it's like, oh my gosh, the smell of that tea now just gags me. I can't even stand to go through the drive-through and pick something up for somebody now because that smell is repulsive to me. So you'll get there. I guess that's a part of once you get quality food in you, there is no desire to go spend $10 at McDonald's. I'd rather fast than go eat crappy food like that.
Go buy 2 pounds of butter.
Yep.
Instead. So the other thing, and then I'm done. I know that the volume of protein I ate experience tells me that my ketones are going to go down. Mm-hmm. So I started my fast at noon today. And tomorrow morning, I know what's going to happen when I check because I just do it in one time in the morning. So I know my ketones are going to be low.
Yep. And
my blood sugar is probably going to be a little higher because of the volume of proteins that my body's not used to. But whoever talked first and the blood sugar went low and all that?
Betsy.
That's going to happen. It's, mine, who knows what mine's going to be. Mine might spike up to 105, 110 because of the volume of proteins. And they gave you great advice. Listen to the body. The body will tell you what to do. Like mine told me, no more McDonald's. Just be done with it. That's it.
Hey.
Thanks, Kevin.
Thanks, Kev. We miss you, bud. We're glad you had a good weekend. We were thinking about you, especially when you was eating all that damn seafood without us, right? That's what friends are for. Yeah. You see how
show us pictures.
Sends me pictures and brings me no lobster.
No, that's good though, man. That's awesome.
What's
this?
Hang on. Sorry, Mama needs glasses and I can't. Tina, do you want to jump in? Did she already have to go? Tina, are you there? Tina, if you want to jump in real quick before you have to go.
There she goes.
Hi.
Hey, sorry about that.
I'm kind of grumpy right now.
You hangry?
Are you hangry?
Yeah, I'm like 25 hours, but
Hey, come and talk to Kevin. You can't be in a hangry mood when you're talking to Kevin because he makes everybody laugh.
no, I'm always angry on Sunday because I have to get ready for a week out and I have 1,000 things to do.
Right.
Well, how's your chemistry holding up? How are you doing?
I'm good. My ketones were 1.9 after 24 hours, 90, 80. What was it? Oh shoot, I forgot. I think it was 88 or something. Hold on.
Nice.
Not bad.
But that's for the middle of the day too, so that's good, I guess.
That's running you what, a high 40s on the DVR.
Yeah, let me see. 90 glucose, 1.9 ketones, 2.6 GKI.
So what are you going for your fast? You say you're on a 24 right now.
72.
You're going for a 72
72?
clean?
Yeah.
72.
Sardines. No, not sardines, which I've never tried. This is my first time.
Oh,
And I thought, no way I was going to eat them. No way. I opened it up. I got the skinless and the boneless.
Well,
And
hey,
I tasted it and I was like, this tastes like tuna. What the hell did I eat this for
Yep.
before? Like, it's just tuna. It's actually better than tuna because tuna's fishy to me.
Mhm.
I'm not a fishy eater. My husband now, he'll eat anything, but yeah.
the guy said,
Yeah, no. I even tried the salmon in the can, the round, because he likes to eat that while he's driving, just as a snack.
What's fishy?
It's dry.
Right.
It's fishy, he said. But I didn't like the salmon in a can, but this I liked. So, in the olive oil, and I put
Good.
salt, pepper, and a little garlic powder. And my mom has like fresh basil, so I threw it on there.
good.
It was good.
Hey, the other thing I would say is if you don't mind it and it doesn't bother you, get the kind with the bones and the skin. Now I get I don't want eyeballs looking at
That
me.
has more fat, right?
It's not just the fat, but the omega, I think, is the skin, and the bones, you're getting the calcium. So get the bones and the
Oh.
skin, just get no heads.
and you won't, and it's really, the bones aren't really that bad.
Heads.
Yeah, no head.
The first can I opened up, the first one I went to try, I opened it up and their eyeballs looking at me, and I'm like, hell to the no, it ain't going down. It is not happening. So those are
No.
the trash, and I'm like, oh, so then I started looking, and it's like, okay,
I'll just throw my calcium eggs powder that I make in the oven. I'll just throw it on top because yeah, we'll see. This
You'll
is my
get there,
first
but
time.
good for you for getting them in
Yeah,
you.
awesome.
Watch what your numbers do for the rest of your 72s, and you know,
Yeah, they're going up because when I woke up this morning, I was 1.5, 92.
Good.
So like that was at 11:30 when I did that, and then at 3:42 it went up to 1.9. So
okay. Next thing I would do is make sure you check your glucose and your ketones first thing tomorrow morning.
yeah,
So you can see where you're really at. So that'll be cool.
yeah, it keeps track. Yesterday I went to the gym, fasted. I did sprint swimming because I love to swim, and I did that for first time in a long time. So I was like, I'm only gonna do 20 minutes. And I was like, you know, so I did that, and then I sat in the jacuzzi, and then I waited. I went into the sauna for 37 minutes because I was wet when I went in. I was like, this ain't hot. I'm like, this ain't even hot. And I'm sitting there. I'm like, okay, it's getting hot. So I did about 30 minutes. And then I went for a magnesium float for an hour.
Good
Yeah.
job. That's a way to stress. Good job.
Yeah, this is my second week. Every Saturday I'm just going because
Good.
I did carnivore for about 8 weeks straight, like just meat and fat, but I lost 12 pounds since August 4th, which isn't a lot, So I was like, why am I like stalled for 3 weeks? Did not move. 150, 150, I'm like, the hell? I'm not eating carbs. I should be losing something. So I'm like, let me get my waist and see. I think I was started at 34 waist. I'm at 30 and a half now.
You lost 4 inches. So
4
that's a
inches.
lot. Just know it's not uncommon.
Yeah.
Most of us girls that will stall out on weight, but then our inches will go down. So, you'll condense. What level of keto continuum are you on? Do you know?
3, but I kind of skipped over because I'm already fat adapted. I'm already like carb free, so I'm like, well, I joined, spent all that money. I'm going to go through it, but I'm like, I don't really need to do this, do that. So I kind of skipped over because I've done only 48-hour fast and that was just water. So I did those great. So this one should be easy if I'm eating sardines.
And then once you do those sardines for a few weeks, then move into a 72
water only. Yeah.
And you'll get there.
And
that'll break any plateaus that you have and it'll re-stress that mitochondria. So you'll be good.
I know my hormones, like I'm 55, but I have I'm on bioidentical, so it helps a little bit. But I think I do have a little thyroid issue. My thyroid test came out, but the doctor didn't mention anything. Of course, he mentioned, oh, your cholesterol is 285, and they called me 911. And they're like, you need to come in and you need to come in 1 month, after they said when I left, oh, we'll see you in a year. And then I get that call. No, doctor says he needs to see you in a month. And I was already like, tell the doctor, do some keto research. He knows I'm on keto. My triglycerides were 89 and my, I think it was 89 and my other was 62, my HDL. So I was like, yeah, I said, well, if he's so concerned, he wants to do a CAC. I'm like Dr. Barry, what he would say. He wants to do a CAC, then let me know. I'll set that up if he's so worried about me, and she's like, I'll tell him. And I was just like, whatever.
Yep. Good job. Well,
We'll
let us know how your 72, how your sardine fast goes. Watch your
Okay.
numbers, check those numbers first thing in the morning. Those will be
All right.
your most accurate ones to see how your body's doing, but that's good for you.
I just have to give up coffee because I can't do it black. So I'm just giving it up altogether.
Hey, try the cold brew with a little bit of salt in it. It makes all the difference at work because I can't do black coffee either. It's like black.
I'm going to the store. Should I just, for my truck, should I just buy like the brand without carbs or is there a good cold brew?
Starbucks makes a good cold brew. It's already brewed. It already made it
Make
a little
sure you get
plastic
the unsweetened one.
Yeah, unsweetened, no flavor in it. But if I add a little bit of salt to that, I can actually do black coffee.
That's probably why I have a slight headache because my caffeine.
Yep.
I might just buy some caffeine pills and say screw the coffee and just take a Vivarin or something. That way I get a little caffeine. I think someone said that on a video once. It was another doctor. I don't know which doctor, but he's like, yeah, I just started taking Vivarin pills because it's all.
I don't know what else is in that to tell you that. Good
anyway,
job, so
but yeah, I'm gonna go to the gym tonight first and do another swim. Now, does anyone know, like, I was only as heavy as like 162, but I still have that god awful. You think I was 400 pounds.
That's called that. You're wanting to hit autophagy, and that's what those clean 72s will hit. So
and I see some people they could get rid of a lot of it, but I'm like, I know I lost an inch so far.
But when you start doing those 8 weeks of 72s in a row, that's a lot of the purpose of those 8 weeks of 72 is to hit autophagy and so you hit that.
But I'm only going to do resistance. I only could go to the gym twice a week. So I'm just going to do the swimming and the sauna because I heard the sauna was really good for that heat, whatever, I don't know what it's called, but yeah. And then I'll do a little bit of weights maybe next week on my arms. But anyway, yeah, I'm going to go to the store and we're supposed to leave at 2 a.m. and I haven't even started cooking yet. So,
oh goodness, well,
better get going.
I know. Well, we cook in the truck, but I buy like ribeyes and one more question. Keto chow. Like when I'm done with fasting, one shake okay? to drink
Nope.
on
No
keto?
Nope. No
Not at all.
protein powders. Those are okay. It's better like for a kid. We use the
Okay.
shakes and stuff. They're a better option than, the kids going out there and getting a thing. But for those of us that are doing Dr. Boz protocol with the stress metabolism and
Mhm.
mitochondria and stuff like that, ground protein is not good when
I
you're
just-
trying to
I
bring
feel
that
like I
glucose down.
don't get enough. I know you don't count carbs, but as a truck driver, I
Don't
drive
count
11.
carbs for anything.
I drive 11 hours
Mhm.
and I stop only 30 minutes.
So stop and have
And-
your one meal a day and you should be good to go. Just like
And I
everybody
do
else. Doesn't
have-
matter if you're
I
driving a
do
truck.
have carnivore bars, which are like 400 calories and great fat ratio and no carbs. And I love them. Like they're expensive. They're like buying a steak each. But to get that extra meal, like 3 hours after I eat my 30 minutes, that's what I'm going to try to start doing because like I said, I don't think I'm getting enough calories. If
Okay,
I'm
you
only
got-
eating a ribeye, I can't eat one meal, like a ribeye, 2 eggs,
Okay, have you
bacon.
done Keto Continuum? Have you done the course of Keto Continuum?
I'm still on the 3rd module. So
Okay,
mean
so
the-
you haven't got
I-
to the full part of closing your eating window and stuff like that yet. Because if you're eating a good old ribeye a day and you're getting your fats in you and stuff a day, that's plenty of nutrition.
Okay.
Don't worry about your calories.
they
That's-
don't worry about the what do you call it? The deficits or anything. Just eat what
This
you
is not-
can.
This is not a calorie-based diet.
Okay.
Calorie-based lifestyle is not that. It is a fat-based lifestyle.
Probably why I lost a pound last week because I
You need to
only
But if you're
I
not
ate
true-
a ton of fat.
But
You
if you're
have to
not
have a-
truly fat adapted yet, or you're struggling moving forward in that, you've got to go through those steps of building the fat-based hormones, then closing that eating window, then moving into fasting. It sounds like you kind of jumped ahead a little bit to the fasting. We might need to figure out where you're at on Keto Continuum, because if you're not going through those chemistry steps properly, it's, that's why you may still feel hungry. You may not be quite.
I'm not really hungry. No, it's
Well,
just I
then
thought I wasn't doing it right.
Nope.
Okay, so
Going through
Alright.
those steps and getting down to Keto Continuum, where you cross over like from Keto Continuum number 7 to 8, when you're 23 and 1, when at 6, if you're still at 16 and 8 and still have that big window, then you move over to 23 and 1 or 22 and 2 or something like that. Then you're closing that eating window. So that would be perfect for you with you driving. Once your chemistry is there, just don't push there.
You have to build your
So-
chemistry correctly, or
Get
else
you
you're
there.
not going to get there.
Then it'll be perfect because you stop that one time a day, you eat that ribeye, get those fats. That is your nutrition, and that is enough. You will get there. That's not anything that you have to add outside that window to get your nutrition in you. So do those steps and let your chemistry push you through and carry you through.
So
It will be perfect for you being on the
so
road.
a good plate is, I know my husband made like I went to Costco and they had the thinner pieces of ribeye, which are easier. And he got all like crazy and put it in the air fryer, which I'm like, you can't put eggs in the air fryer because we forgot our pan. And damn, he did. He made an omelet on that little round tray. He poured the 3 eggs. He cut up my steak and put it in the egg, and then added cream cheese and some regular little bit of cheese. And I ate that. So I added a little, I said, give me like 10 olives. Is that right? Like, is that,
Are you using chronometer? Are you using chronometer?
I
We all
have
hate it. We all hate chronometers. So just know we all hate posting in chronometer. It stinks, it sucks. But when you're
trying to think.
at the levels that you're at right now, you need to put them in for a few weeks so you can learn exactly what your body needs and what it's counting. Because if you don't, we're all guessing. So I can guess what I think it's doing for you, or you can guess.
Well,
what
I'm not getting carbs, but I'm like, am I getting enough fat? So that's what you're saying. Use the.
Yep. Do you have chronometer set properly at, all the settings have to be correct. Keto calculator, rigorous, all those things like Dr. Boz says to set chronometer.
Yeah, I think
Gotta make
so.
sure okay.
But of course, on the phone is not as easy as on the laptop. So I'm not around my laptop except on weekends. So I'm guessing I did it right, but
Okay, if you set it up right on your laptop and it's rigorous, keto calculator, and total carbs, those 3 settings right there should get you in the right place, even on your phone or the laptop. It doesn't matter.
So rigorous is going to say, well, we're keeping track of your calories, but you don't need to worry about it, right?
Right. We don't watch calories. We watch your fat grams and your carbs.
Okay.
Carbs,
Right.
protein, fat is the only one you're
But
going to.
if I don't think I'm getting up to my fat, what am I supposed to do? Keep eating fat till I'm up there?
Mhm.
Okay, don't worry
But
about the
that's why-
carbs, but worry about the fat
No.
it says to eat for the
Car-
day.
Hang on. I think you got to slow down, honey. We got to get you on each step and you're
Okay.
combining too many steps at one time.
I'm ADD. Makes sense.
Hey, so am I. I'm with you. So that's why I'm tracking with you. But I'm telling you, I'm trying to slow you down to say, I want your chemistry to be correct. If chronometer is not set up correctly, and that's something, those are steps of each step of the keto continuum. She has you set your correct chronometer a certain way. So all those settings then will be correct. Because then when you put the food in, then it's going to tell you for your height, your weight, what your fat should be, your height, your weight, what your protein should be. Carbs are always under 20, but and it's total carbs. So all those things have to be in check before I can tell you, hey, are you eating enough protein? Are you eating enough whatever? You got to track it in chronometer, because if not, everybody's guessing and you don't get anywhere in your chemistry if you're guessing. So as much, we all hate it. It sucks. Chronometer is rough to get, rough to make yourself.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is if I'm short a certain amount of protein and a certain amount of fat, what am I supposed to just try to get it in there before my day?
Yep.
Okay.
All your food should go in that eating window. Whatever level of keto continue. If you're in a 3-hour eating window or a 6-hour eating window, yes, all those fats and proteins should go in that eating window.
Okay. Yeah. And a lot of times when we end our shift, I cook for him and I don't want to eat right before I go to bed.
Right.
But sometimes I need a little bit more to add to my, my
You would be
chronometer.
You got to eat earlier in the day. You've got to get your stuff all in earlier in the day and before you close your eating window. So make sure those are in before, because you don't want.
I think what I'm going to do is tonight, like pretend I'm putting my meals in and put it in a dish and say, I know this is what chronometer wants me to eat one day. So hard.
Perfect.
But,
plan it up ahead. It is it. And once you get those few meals figured out, you'll know, and you just rinse and repeat and keep doing them over and over.
Plus I'll do it on the computer and it should sink into my phone, because I don't think it matches very well compared to putting her numbers into I don't know. I'm trying to find it, but it says
putting whose numbers in where. I don't understand what you're saying.
In my chronometer for what Dr. Boz says in the book. Of course, I can't figure out where the heck is it under targets?
Tina, let me go on in the class here so we can get everybody going. But you need to
I'll figure it out.
No, message me and I'll walk you. I can walk you through it. So I can make sure your settings are right. Because if your settings are not right in chronometer, you are beating your head against the wall. And I don't.
That's probably what's going on. But I also have a trucker friend that's doing it, and we're supposed to be talking tomorrow, and she's been doing this forever. So I'm sure she'll help me.
But is she doing Dr. Boz's version?
Yeah, she's on the Nuance. That's how I met her. She's also a truck driver. So her name's Marcy. But all right. Well, everyone have a good night. I'm gonna go and
let me know. Reach out if we can help you. Safe travels.
Thank you guys.
All right,
nice meeting you.
You too, hon. Stina, jump in, hon.
I'm gonna jump in really quick. So I do track religiously in chronometer, and I know a lot of you guys say you hate it, but it's helping me right now, and I'm going to tell you why. So last week I finished 8 weeks of 72 hours, and I can tell you in my chronometer that about the first 5 weeks of that 72-hour fast, I got benefit. But I can tell you that watching this, the last 3, I've been having diminishing returns, and this weekend I actually saw the highest glucose I've seen out of the blue than I've ever seen. So got to change something up, right? So I had a really good, I had a sardine egg meal tonight, getting ready for starting a new fast. I think I'm going to do sardine fast this week for 72 hours, but I think I'm going to shift to earlier eating now that the sun's going down earlier instead of dinner. Now that's going to mess up work, but I'm headed in a direction that's not favorable because I worked so hard to get here, but some corner get turned and now my glucose is headed back up, even though I'm not eating any carbs and I'm getting really high fat. So my body's doing something. I got other problems going on anyway, but I got to change something up to see if I can get it down.
Right there, you just said it.
You've got other things
You've
going
got
on
other
that may
things
be
going
raising
on.
I do.
But the other thing that it may be, you may be pulling stored glucose
Absolutely.
out of
Maybe that
places.
would be great if that was the answer, but the little kid in me had a hissy fit when I saw those numbers, even though because I've been working so hard and
If
tracking
you're not
everything.
if you're not ingesting those carbs, they're coming from
Right.
They're
somewhere.
coming from
That's
some.
true. That's
So,
absolutely true.
I would look at it as if you know in Chronometer, and thank God you've been tracking Faithful, and you can look at
Right.
Chronometer and know if you've increased those carbs. If you're not ingesting those carbs, those high carbs are coming out of the nooks and crannies of your liver and
glucose-
muscles
The
and
glucose.
or the glucose.
Yeah, it's converting whatever I've got. It's stored, right?
Pulling it out.
It's pulling it out. Think
Yeah.
of it as that deep cleaning you've done. That's the purpose of those 8 weeks of 72s is to do
Right.
that deep cleaning. You're doing it. So if you're
Right.
not ingesting those carbs, you are pulling glucose out of somewhere.
And you said what? You're on. You got.
I want to see higher ketones, but I just have I'm around like a 0.8, but not,
You'll get there, but
It'll happen.
And
I
exactly,
used to be higher, but I used to be higher. That's why I say the last 3 weeks of the 72 hours, I started going down. Like it started.
you're plateauing
Hey,
out. You're
Right.
plateauing.
So now you got to push it again.
Your body is making a certain amount of ketones based on what you did the weeks prior. Okay.
And you're getting efficient.
When
Right.
you flip that switch finally, your body starts using those ketones that it's producing. So now your
Right.
number is going to go down some, and your body's
Yeah.
not going to produce as many because it's not feeling the need to
Doesn't need
yet.
them.
Right. So
Right.
you will see a decrease of your ketones the further you get in, and all of a sudden your body will catch up to you and say, "Oh, I get it.
it.
Now I need to produce it." You stay consistent on what you're doing. I'm telling you, because
Yeah.
I ran into the same thing.
Did
Her
you?
ketones would be double mine, but I was cranking them, man. I was using those ketones like crazy. Because one, I didn't have my fats up yet. I didn't understand the ratio between my proteins and my fat and how high I needed to have my fat to run on what I put my body into. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So it was actually using my ketones up for energy because there was no more fat left because I had leaned out so bad that it had pulled all my fat out. Now it's saying, okay, now I'm using ketones.
So here's
So-
an interesting issue, and there might be other people that have this. So I have lipedema, which means I have body fat stored in places my body can't access. So what I'm wondering is if I'm not able to access those fat stores, even though they exist on my body, it's like I still have to keep consuming readily accessible fat. So I can't lose the weight because of that problem, but at the same time, trying to find that sweet spot in the chemistry is pretty interesting.
And I will say I have other people in here with lipedema.
Yeah.
Staying consistent is the key.
Oh, it
Because-
absolutely.
And
Yeah.
it's that teaching that body, it's there. And you
Right.
and you're going to be like me, where I don't get the luxury of bouncing in and out or riding that wave. I have to get low, and stay there. And I can feel the difference just in this weekend of eating different outside my window and things like
Yeah.
that. It's like those things are going to affect me and you a little bit more. What you had another key thing that you hit on of the eating earlier. Those of us that are at a certain level of keto continuum, us girls, most of us in our groups have had to move that eating window as early in the day as possible. It's going to mess us up moving forward too, because I enjoy eating dinner with him, but he can't get home till 4:30, 5 o'clock. My window needs to stop by 2:30 or 3.
Yeah, so I think I'm going to I enjoy breakfast. I think I'm just going to do, instead of skipping the breakfast, right? Breakfast will sort of be the big meal and then trail off because there won't be a dinner. And then my fast basically starts earlier before the night hits and then goes into the next day. So it's just kind of upside down from where I was. So, but
And
to anybody who hates tracking, it's worth it. I got to tell you, I've been tracking for almost 6 months, and maybe I wasn't as religious in the beginning, but I can really see what happens when, and that helps me adjust. So it's really important. Yeah.
Yeah. And when you can take your chronometer as much, I don't hate it. I love what it'll show me and teach me. If I'm struggling for a little bit, I love being able to pull that up and see the charts and know I can put it up to my calendar. I can look at, say, hey, what am I doing here? Or what am I doing there? Same thing with my Mojo, my patient portal for all my coaching clients. It's like to be able to pull that chart up and say, okay, look at the decline. Look what happens every Monday. Look what happens every Saturday. You can
right.
you can see that when you put that information in, and then it becomes a catalyst to help you and make you more determined to stay strong. I think
It's also a reward, right? So you can say, I work so hard, and then you will get a reward. And then there's times when the body's doing weird stuff, and you just,
And there may be some time at some point you will plateau. You will go do those 72 hours and you will plateau, and you'll keep track of that. And all of a sudden you'll find some little thing to tweak, and it'll turn it right back on again.
Right.
So, I mean, that might be as much as moving your eating window to earlier in the day. That may kick your body up again. So you get more refined and there's more little things to do on down the line.
I actually printed off the sunset calendar for the next 2 months because I'm determined to get it in the right spot.
in that daylight hour. Good for you.
So good luck to everybody in the week.
You too, hon. We'll see you next week.
Thank you. Nice job.
All right. Who wants? No, you open. You're on mic. Who's on mic? No.
I am.
Go ahead.
I wanted to say to the lady previous, that's the trucker, if she prepared like boiled eggs at home or whatever before they left and kept them in the cooler, or even Costco has them, I guess. I haven't bought them, but I've heard that. And maybe like a pound or two of bacon.
Oh,
put it in her cooler. Bacon's great cold. I mean, I like it. And then she doesn't have to worry about,
prepping
all the time. So I wanted, that's what I was going to say.
She says she does that. She wrote in the chat. She does that. She's on her way to the store right now. So she says she does do that, Nona.
So
good call.
That's awesome.
So I have some good news.
What's your good news, Nona?
I reached my short-term goal, which is 100 pounds from my highest weight that I had lost before.
Awesome.
I still have more to go, but hey, I'm just thrilled. And I purchased a pair of size 14 jeans yesterday, and they fit.
That's awesome.
Good job.
I'm thrilled.
Nona, I'm so proud of you. Nona's one of my coaching clients, and she just did the 21-day boot camp kickstart thing with us, and she rocked it. So we're just so proud of you, Nona. I am so happy for you to meet your goals. Don't look back, keep going forward, and you got this. And I am so proud of you.
Thank you. Okay. I think my husband is tired of watching me eat sardines, but I eat a lot of sardines and I like them. So I'm okay with it. Like the girls call me the fish girl.
There you go.
Yeah. I'm okay with that. I'm a Pisces. What can I say?
Hey, that's what it is.
That's what it is. Huh?
I'm Gemini. Don't you know it?
That's about it. I don't have anything amazing to talk about.
Well, we're so proud of you. Hey, that's a win right there.
Absolutely.
I'll take the win.
Nothing but a win.
Good job.
Thanks, Nona.
All right,
have a great week.
You.
Left here.
You
Sue,
too.
Or Becca,
Sue.
Who's that? Who's on mic? Who's ready? Go ahead, Becca. You on mic? You get ready next.
I'm unmuted. Yeah. I did my most recent decrease this last Tuesday, and it was the decrease of Geodon, which is it has a reputation for being an easy decrease. And yesterday I had the first of the withdrawal symptoms from that, and as usual for me, it was an upset stomach. Mm-hmm. But I didn't have any withdrawal symptoms on it today. And I've started my second week of 72s at noon today. So I'm doing a water fast till Wednesday.
Good job. Deal. And just know, I think it's the same thing. We're going to, I say to you every time you decrease like that, I always found that as soon as they were decreasing any of my narcotics, medications, anything like that, the deeper in ketosis I could stay, the faster and the better and stronger I got through it. So
Yep.
Becca, I'm just proud of you for staying the course. And I know you're on a rough road and it is not easy. And anybody that thinks withdrawing is easy has never done it. And it's one of those things I just want to applaud you and be proud of you and stay consistent. It's the same chemistry everybody else has to go through. You just got to fight it a little bit harder. And you're doing exactly that.
Keep those minerals up too.
Yeah.
Especially with that water fast.
Yeah, I'm taking the keto electrolyte tablets.
Yep.
And 'cause I just can't drink electrolytes without it being a flavored stuff. But I'm doing the tablets and drinking lots of water.
Good.
And I did notice that yesterday I had withdrawal symptoms, and this morning my numbers were not good. So I'm using my ketones to fight the withdrawal, I think.
Yep.
And your body's under stress too.
Yeah.
So numbers are not going to be good.
Yeah. And I expect it'll be much better as I get more deep into the fast. Although I most recently did a sardine fast and then a couple of days of feeding and then a 72 water fast. And my numbers were actually better on the sardines than they were on the clean fast.
Maybe you need some nutrition. So that might be a good sign. Yeah.
Yeah. I was trying to ask you, the 8 weeks of 72, does that have to be all clean fast, or can some of my 72s be sardine fast?
I guess I don't know a technical answer for it. I would say do the best you can do. If you can do the clean, I think the clean is still the ultimate. You're going to get the norepinephrine and the human growth hormone. That would be my thinking in it, but the sardines are going to be, they seem to give you a whole different ratio of numbers and chemistry anyway. So do the best you can do, Becca, for you. I wouldn't stress it. And if you're going to fall to sardines, go for the 72s. If you need to eat and you can't do it, or you're withdrawing or whatever, then I would fall back to the sardines. Same thing Dr. Boz had me do when she didn't want me fasting the 72s clean. She kicked me back and said, anybody can do a sardine fast, so.
I don't have that much of a problem doing a 72 clean.
Then I would, if you don't have that much problem, that's what I would go for.
That's what I would do, but.
I mean, I would rock those out as many 8-week strings that you can put together. I mean,
and then nutrition wise,
it's the consistency of doing those repeatedly that gets you to that ultimate healing. It really does.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I'll just do the sardines as part of my regular feeding for the other 4 days. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Oh my, that'd be like an awesome plan right there.
Sardines on the eating days and fasting in a clean fast on your fasting days. I think that's some kicking butt right there. So good for you, Becca.
Yeah. If you can put that together, I want to see what your results.
That might be our plan a little bit this week coming too.
Yeah.
As much as I hate to admit it, only if Alex will eat sardines with me.
All right. Good job, Becca.
All right. Good job, Becca. We're proud of you.
Thank you.
And again, you stay the course and keep your body going. We are so proud of you for what you're going through. Good job.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome, honey.
Sue.
All right. Sue, jump in, huh?
Hi, Sue.
Hi. I'm new here. Last week was my first week here.
All right. A repeat offender.
Yeah. This is I'm just shy of 2 months into this. So let's see, I'm like a 22-year diabetic is kind of, what I'm going against, a lot of insulin resistance. I've been amazed since I was doing Dr. Boz's protocol, how my numbers, my blood sugar numbers kept dropping really nicely. And so I went off insulin and my doctor put me on metformin instead of insulin. And then there came a point maybe about 3 weeks ago that my numbers were not falling as nicely. I continued to lose weight. My weight's been coming off like at the rate of like 2.5 pounds a week, 2 pounds a week. Last week was 0.5, like a half pound, you know, so that's how it's going. So I'm getting those results. But yeah, I was kind of concerned, and someone suggested I get Dr. Boz's workbook to start filling in, you know, information so I can maybe try and figure out a little bit more. What I notice, I do chronometer faithfully. I noticed like with my carbs, I have to keep them pretty low. Like even getting my carbs up around like 17 or so, I notice my numbers start getting high. Like I have to keep them. You too? Oh, yeah.
Yep. My goal every day, I try to keep under 10. If I get much between 10 and 12 over that, my numbers start tanking. So you'll get there, and understand, just know that part of the process, the cool part of Dr. Boz's program, and that's even what I was trying to explain there with Tina, you know, Dr. Boz's protocol has got to, you got to go step by step and let that chemistry shift each day, each week, as your chemistry builds in your body, and you will get there. That's just staying consistent. And you are in that swoosh moment where you're losing all that fluid, all that insulin resistance is changing, but you're losing all that extra water, that inflammation in your body is coming out. So that's perfect. You want to just stay the course to make sure you are able to hit every step along the way, because each one of those steps, so you're doing chronometer, you're dropping the weight, you're getting, you know, your carbs low, and now you're going to learn how to tweak where your carbs for your personal chemistry can be. And like I said, mine is literally under 10 before my numbers start dropping. So you're going to see a fluctuation coming in your glucose and ketones. And that just means you need to stress to the next keto continuum. You know, you go to the next level. If your eating window is 16 and 8, then you're going to close that up a little bit. If, you know, if you're already at, you know, 22 and 2, then it's time to close it up and start fasting. That is exactly how you're going to progress through keto continuum. So good for you.
Well,
how are you
thank
feeling? Are you feeling good?
I have a lot of fatigue still. I've had a fatigue problem for years, really. And some days I'm really fatigued. And
wait till you hit that keto continuum 12 and you hit those fasts and that kicks in and you start getting some energy, you will not know what to do with it. I promise you.
Well, I hope so.
Move up on the fat.
Yep. Keep those fats in you, keep them coming in till you get good and fat adapted. And when that chemistry shift starts happening, I was like you, it took me months and months of feeling like a slug. And don't be afraid to use the BHB and the MCT to help your body along a little bit.
Yeah,
it's not forever.
I've been using the BHB, and I'm a little worried that I may be reacting to the stevia in it.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, next time I buy it, I'm going to get her capsules.
Get the capsules so you're not getting the stevia, but just know you're not going to need those for long. You know, switch over to the MCT and help your body start making the ketones and producing the ketones. So the MCT capsules will help you with that. And don't be afraid, especially when you need some fuel or some energy, mental clarity or anything like that. Go ahead and don't be afraid to use that MCT.
Yeah, my ketones have fluctuated a lot. You know, I could get up to maybe like 1.7. I think 1.9 has been about the highest I've gotten. You know, but a lot of times it's 0.5. You know, I've seen like some 0.4s and I'm like, you know, I got nervous about that, you know.
Just keep pushing along. So you keep moving down that keto continuum as your chemistry will let you. As soon as you start plateauing out, you know, that means you got to go to the next step.
I mean, that's one thing too. Don't freak out about your numbers. Your numbers are just numbers. They're just reference points. So know that consistency is the best thing to do through this. The more consistent you get, your numbers will go up and down like a wave. You just don't want them shooting way up and shooting way down. That kind of thing. They'll go up and down even throughout the day. I mean, even when I was, you know, really on it hard, my numbers would go up and down throughout the day.
Depending on how much energy you burned, how much sleep you got, how much stress you're carrying, all that.
So they're just markers, but just pay attention to them. But the more you can stay consistent, the more just more regimented you are, the better results you're going to be.
Thank you. Yeah.
And good job. That diabetes will be gone. That glucose will keep coming down. So good for
That'd
you.
be
I'm just
awesome.
proud of you. Good job. All right, who we got left? We got Tina. That's me. Alex, come and tell us how you're doing, bud.
Well, Lance, you're right. I know he's always right, right?
I'm not
no,
gonna say
tell him that.
No,
You
I'm
had-
not
you had
always
said
right.
to me last week about this week's fast, and let me tell you, everybody in our group from the drboz group, we all couldn't finish our fasts.
Mhm.
It was hard. I mean, it was really hard. And the funny part was when like I ate like Tuesday night or I forget what it was. And I'm like, I'm done. I was done. Whatever.
Told you right there, man.
No, I know. But I bought sardines because they were on sale at Costco, and I'm planning on eating 1 can a day. And I want to do a sardine and then a straight water and a sardine and a straight water. And somebody gave me that advice of just smushing it all up and doing that. And if it tastes like tuna fish, like they say, I should be
Bacon
fine.
grease works. Take a scoop of bacon grease, throw it in 2 cans of sardines.
Did you
stir
look
it
at
up.
your wife when you say that? Because she looks like she's about to throw up.
I got pictures of it. Don't worry.
For
Don't worry. I
throwing
got
up
pictures
or,
of it. I'm gonna post them
I
too.
got to share with you that on another group, we talked about cutting them up into small pieces, freezing them,
Yeah.
then dipping them in bacon grease so they're completely encapsulated and sort of making them quick pop candies that you can keep in the freezer.
No, the best is I have a friend of mine. I was telling her I was doing the sardine thing, and she's like, the best thing you can do is put them in tomato sauce and they dissolve, and you still get the benefits. And I'm like, that's great, but I can't have tomato sauce.
Yeah, I was gonna say the tomatoes are gonna kick you out
Understand what we
anyway.
were doing? Like, that's a wonderful idea. No, but
I still air fry them babies. I'm crisping them up.
Well, it's funny because now that my weight on chronometer is right, and I'm not, I can get 2 Costco hamburgers, cheese, cheddar cheese, everything, and it's like 1 meal. It's like all the fat I could possibly need with blue cheese, which is really kind of amazing that I can eat 1 meal and it's done. So I started my fast at 12. So
Kudos to you.
Good job, Alex. I'm
Because
so
I
proud of you.
remember when you couldn't even fathom getting to 1 meal a day.
yeah, I mean, I have to say, I think what really helped was that program, but more importantly, it wasn't a matter of trying to get to 1 meal a day. It was more out of habit, and also it just happened.
Yep.
Like
when your chemistry carries you through it.
Well,
You'll get there.
yeah. And what really helped was having that 1 o'clock Zoom.
Yep.
Yep.
Accountability.
Well, I knew I could eat right after it. So I kind of worked my day around that. So
Yep.
I may have like a 3 to 4 hour window sometimes,
Yep.
when we were doing those. But we're still meeting at 8 in the morning.
But
Yep.
you had consistency. You
Oh,
had a
absolutely. That's what it's all
regimen.
about.
Sticking
You're
with it
absolutely-
and being accountable
Sticking
and
with it.
following the steps of Keto Continuum
Your
all the way
body-
through.
Your body will follow suit. It really will.
Yeah, I mean, it's I don't know how sardine adapted it's going to be, but it will be.
It will be.
It
We're
will
all-
be.
Good.
we're all-
Come on, it's awesome.
It's just nice to have another guy on here following through and doing it. We got
Well,
we got
if
Team Alex, Kevin, Lance. We got some good guys in here. We got Wayne. Him and his wife are out
Yeah,
on a
we're
date
missing
tonight.
Wayne.
Wayne and his wife went on a date this week to Pittsburgh, so they're having fun and everything. So we're missing them tonight. But these men that are starting to lead and follow, or having people follow them, it's just cool to see that the guys are kicking in and doing it, and I love that. I just applaud all of you men, because it's not easy to do when the world's not following you and pushing you along. So I'm just
Well,
proud
the
of
other thing I got, and not that I'm pushing it, but our blood pressure cuff died, for lack of a better term. I just bought a new blood pressure cuff, and it's similar to the Keto Mojo, where it's got an app. And I know most of them probably have that now, but it's just so nice because now this is what's really funny. My blood pressure was 118 over 85, I think it was. Yeah, it's the exact
Right.
same one.
Yeah.
Oh my
almost
God.
on.
And then it's telling me I'm pre-hypertensive, whatever, because my lower number was 85 instead of 84. And I'm on 2 meds. So I need to kind of figure out, I got to talk to my doctor. If it consistently is 118, I got to see if I can get off of one of them. I mean, 118 is nice, but 118 without a pill is even better.
And so, and you got to realize too, and I'm not a doctor. I don't have medical training whatsoever,
Yeah, totally.
but I am totally for the fact that your body will heal itself to a certain point. And while you're doing this, at some point, you may need to talk with your doctor because you may need an adjustment of the meds that you were on, given your current situation has changed. I know Bonnie on YouTube over here, she was asking about the thyroid, and she said that her doctor and her are talking about changing the medicine up with concerning her thyroid. And I know that's what Tam had to do with
I got
hers.
my cardiologist card right here to call
So-
tomorrow morning that I want to see what I'm supposed to do as I move forward in this, because
As your body
it's
heals
changing.
and changes and, goes through that process, there are meds that may need to be adjusted. I'm not
Right.
saying no, I'm not saying, they do. I'm just saying that may be a conversation for you and your doctor to have with.
And that's what I was looking for. No. And I was looking to have that conversation because I need to go in for my yearly anyways. And the other thing is, and somebody else, I don't know if it was you guys that said this, but I think it said in the other group, when you want to go for your physical, I have to have that conversation with her. These are the blood tests I want done beforehand, so you can talk about them, as opposed to after, where
Right.
you're not going to get that conversation, which I never really thought about until
Hey, just
having it beforehand.
think about it this way. Your doctor works for you.
That is the biggest thing I think that changed my whole mindset, is realizing I'm paying you. You're doing a job for me. Yes, I want their expertise and I want their input, but ultimately I'm paying you for a job. I don't go
Yeah.
take my car in and tell the mechanic how to do things. It's what, dude,
That's the one thing that I, after listening to your boyfriend, oh yeah, and not your boyfriend, his boyfriend.
My
And-
boyfriend. That's right.
Yeah, I know. That's exactly what I was talking about. And Dr. Boz, not that you're trying to say, no, you don't know better, but working in partnership and as well as they're working for you kind of thing. So,
But I think
anyway.
there's so much to being said for all of us. And we all need our doctors. We're not saying don't listen to your doctor. We all need that medical professional that is over our pay grade, has a better comprehension of homeostasis in the whole body. I get that. I really do believe in that, and to find that doctor that's willing to do that. But the other thing is, I know my body and I know how I feel good. So it's one of those things, I'm not saying, gee, I feel good if I go eat the box of brownies because my body's telling me to eat brownies. No, it's not.
It isn't.
I'm no, I'm honest enough to say, when I was scared and don't feel good, he's the first one I'll look at and say, something's not right. I'm off. I
Yep.
don't feel good. Something's out of whack. I'm not afraid to say that. And when I'm not okay and my body's not okay, then I may need to turn to my doctor. I mean, I'm calling cardiology this week because I want to know, I'm feeling a little better in some areas, but I am still so tired. I'm going to take that information to my doctor and say, okay, does something need adjusted, or do I need to push through this yuckiness? If that's what I need to do, then you tell me that, but
I just think, to your point, the one thing I learned from this whole thing the last month and a half is if you have the statistics in front of them,
Yep.
they can make a better educated guess than, okay, you saw me for 5 minutes, here's what is going to happen.
All
And I think
the
that's the one
more
thing.
all the more reason to track, keep your numbers. That way you can say, here's my valid argument as to why.
Yep.
This is what I've been doing. Here are my numbers. There you go.
as
Now
much
you
as we
can
all
make a
hate the
decision.
tracking, that's where it comes in handy, because I can go and say, here's what my numbers do. That's how, just like when I explained to Becca, every time I would stay the course. I did not jump off keto continuum, but when I started withdrawing, my numbers would tank and be all over the place. But it didn't give me the excuse to jump off ship. it gave me the excuse to stay with my nose to the grindstone that much harder to get through that phase of withdrawal so that my body would get better, and then it would get easier and easier. But you learn your body enough to know when you're okay, when you can push, but you also, just like we were saying with Betsy, when you wake up and you feel like crap and your numbers are tanking and you're all over the place, it's time to stop. It's time to change course. It's time to correct. It doesn't matter if that means fasting, eating, refeeding, taking my meds, talking to my doctor. When your body isn't responding and going in the right direction, then it's time to stop and regroup. And whether that means, just like when we were saying about the carbs, the program calls for under 20 carbs. I know my body enough now, and I've tracked enough times. 10 is my number. 20 isn't my number. 10 is my number, and 10 is pushing it. If I get near 10, I'm starting to panic. So that's not an option. But I know that because I've tracked my numbers. I've tracked my chemistry. I'm unfortunate that I cannot be one of those people that can ride that 15 to 20 carbs a day wave. I can't do it. I'm 5 to 10. And that, like I said, 10 is pushing it. 5 is ultimate. 5 I can handle. 5, my body likes it. I function. But I've learned that because I've tracked my body. This isn't a one size fits all. No. The steps are the same. But learning your chemistry and when to go to the next step is on you and only you. It's not on each person or as a group. We can all start out the same way. Even when I'm coaching classes, everybody starts out week 1, week 2, week 3. We can all clean our fridge out. We can all get our chronometer set. We can all get our carbs under control. We can all do that. But week 4, 5, 6, when the wheels start to come off the train, everybody's chemistry is different. And it's hard then because everybody is different, and it's going to be different at different phases of life. When you're stressed out, when your period is here, when your hormones are all over the place, when the kids are driving you insane, when your job sucks, all those things affect you. So everybody is not going to be the same. So I know I had kids all weekend. This is not the weekend to push and do the cleanest, fast, and the nicest time and everything else. It's like,
here we go.
Now the kids went home. Now we can get back in our rhythm. Now we can get back on track, whatever. You look at your calendar and you're going to figure that out, but it's learning to juggle your life and your body. And you guys can all do that. So I'm just proud of you. And we're glad to be here for all of you. Yep. Be in the group, write down any questions that anybody has.
Just one point I want to make too, when Alex said about my boyfriend, that would be Dr. Ken Berry. So if he hears me on YouTube, yes, sir. I am on your side, brother.
Dr. Berry's the only guy I'm going to let my husband have a man crush on. I'm like, but all right, I'll take that one. I think I man crush on him. I would man crush on him.
I see everybody's face went, oh yeah, that's
just
right.
Dr. Berry. I said, okay, I crush on Dr. Boz. He crushes on Dr. Berry. It's good. I think we got 2 good role models to look at. Although we are saying,
wait, I'm crushing on Dr. Berry too, and I'm
I was just gonna say I'm not the only one.
You're not the only one.
Wait. He's got a lot of people. He's got a lot of suitors. That's okay. I mean, he's.
Oh my gosh, I have to say the poor guy made me die laughing though. I was watching a video of him going for his vasectomy, and I was losing it because they remind me so much of me and Lance because she don't cut him no slack, and I love it. And he's right back with her, and that's exactly how we flow back and forth. And it's like we just call each other up on our crap, and it keeps us both in check, and we just love it. So I just relate to him so much.
I'm in a semi with my husband 24/7, so we're just like them too.
Yep. But it's just cool. It's neat to see when we can, when you love your spouse, when you can be with your spouses like that and be that honest and be that open and drive each other crazy and love each other to the end of the earth the same way for it. I don't know. We're just blessed.
And mine's losing weight. Mine's losing weight more than me, and he's not doing crap. So Tina, screw you, man.
Guys, do it.
Tina, I'm feeling for you, girl, because I'm telling you, my husband has lost 75 pounds. Doing it half-assed for 2 years of hardly doing it, cheating and doing it, and halfway doing it. Gets serious for a year. He hits his junior high weight, and I've probably lost the same 40 to 50 pounds for 4 years, and I can count on one hand how many times I've went off the rails. I do not look sideways. I stay the course, and I still fight it. Dr. Boz keeps reminding me it is not about my weight. My body is healing on the inside first, and I keep trying to give myself that.
I think you're carrying a grudge.
You think? You're right. I'm pissy. I'm poopy that he gets that way with it all. And we don't, us girls.
Tender subject.
Again, it's just, he hits his junior high weight, for God's sake. I walk past carbs and I think they jump on my butt. It's shut up, Kevin. See, he's going, yeah, he knows. Yeah. See,
And mine could snack on trail mix with the M&Ms in it and have like somewhat. And I'm like, okay, you're going to the bunk. Take your shit with you. Like seriously, because it's sitting on the seat right next to me in the cooler. And I'm like, no, leave me the hummus or leave me something. But
be
I don't
careful now.
snack.
Don't you be hummus, Tina. You
Bacon.
need
No,
Tina.
no, I'm not. I'm just kidding. I got rid of the peanut butter. I got rid of the hummus.
Yep.
I think I had guacamole the other day. Once,
There you go.
Be
but
careful with that. That stuff adds up.
yes, the carbs add up, like you said. So
Yep,
I think
they
that
do.
was, you know,
That is where chronometer, as much as like I said, we all hate to
What
fill
was
it in.
5 carbs in half.
I don't even put avocado.
Put an
I don't put
avocado in there
avocado.
one time.
If you're having guacamole, you need to be putting carbs in there because that is exactly, Tina, what will stall you out. Because
Avocado
half
has-
an avocado is, I think, 12 carbs.
12
No,
carbs.
I totally got rid of. I got rid of avocado since I started this course. So, but
It's
I'm like
crazy.
going to the store and thinking, what am I gonna get?
Yeah.
I don't eat a lot of vegetables. I feel like I'm on ketovore anyway, just like Nisha, because I don't.
Tina, you will find
eat
most of
vegetables.
us that have been on this for any length of time. We're pretty much out of this. All of us that's on this page right now that is at keto continuum number 10, 11, 12. Raise your hand if you're pretty much carnivore.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm still driving. I live.
Okay.
far
Just
from
know
my
every
grocery
hand in this
store, so-
class just went up. So
Okay. Gotcha.
I'm
there
doing,
is
I'm doing
vegetables
it kicking
don't
and
count.
screaming, but yeah.
Vegetables don't
So
count.
what?
It's not worth it.
What kind of? I'm going to the store. So what kind of cheese? Did that one guy say blue cheese is good?
Blue
Cheddar.
cheese,
Or your-
all the fatty real cheeses. You don't want the sliced cheeses. You want the real
No, I
fatty
don't mind them.
hard cheeses, good cheese, hard boiled eggs, bacon. All of those things are going to be what gets you, especially on the road.
Don't get the Kraft American slices.
Yeah, not
No,
those.
no.
You want the good cheese, you want the good meats, you want the good eggs, you want all those things, and just rinse and repeat. And once you get those few things that work for you, you stick to them.
Rotate.
Rotate through.
I grill, like I got a grill and I'll throw on like 10 patties and make sausage patties. And then I got that little egg thing that you cook hard boiled eggs in. It's so cute for the truck.
Yep.
It boils the water in it. It's small. I don't know if you've ever seen it. I can't remember what it's called. But yeah, I'm not a big hard boiled egg fan. That's my problem. I like
Eat the yolk. Eat the yolk.
Get it.
I like the hot. Yeah, I like the hot boiled ham or the boiled eggs, like when it's just still warm. But I'm not a cold egg person. Like
But
he
you,
is. I give them.
figuring those things out and keeping the things in the truck with you that are handy that you can have. That's going to be your key to success in all of this. Is you don't
You
even
should see my refrigerator.
don't look at the
How small.
vegetables. You don't need the outside stuff. You don't need the veggies. You don't need all the munchy stuff. Putting that insulin fire out isn't as much is just as much about when and how often you eat as what you're eating. So you're better to just get that big, get yourself pushed forward to one meal a day or eating, a decent eating window, get yourself full, and then don't let food be the next thing, don't let food control you all day. Get it? Put it away.
Yeah, and I try not to. It's water that I can't stand. And I know I've been only doing one bottle, 16.9 with a half a scoop of Relight. And then I do the rest in water all day because I have to have one Relight with because I can't stand that keto chow drops. It's gross. It's salty. And I don't know, like I can't handle it. It's just like,
I crave them now. So you will get there, Tina. You just
I can't do coffee without putting salt in
your
it.
body will crave it eventually. You just got to keep introducing that salt and sodium to your tongue, and you'll get there, Tina. I know. Sometimes one minute I feel like we're trying to push you too fast, but then the next minute it's like I want to get you over those humps and get you there. So just stay the course.
I know. Like I said, I'm
message-
listening to her videos 24
Message me
hours
one
a
day this
day.
week. Try to message me one day this week, and I'll help you with your chronometer. We'll make sure you're set up correctly.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go. I'm at the store, but All
right. Have a good
I'll
night.
still listen, but I'm gonna mute. All right. Bye.
All right.
Have a great
Kathleen,
night.
Kathleen, you want to come check in real quick, hon? I seen you jump in.
I just wanted to say hi, congratulations, Nona. I heard earlier, I couldn't remember how to get to the live feed, and I'm listening and I
He was over on YouTube.
I'm like, what a dingbat am I? So my sister just set it up on my calendar for every Sunday evening. So now I'm set. But yeah, I just wanted to say hi to everybody. I'm sorry that I didn't check in earlier because I couldn't figure it out. So yeah. I'm going to need to have her set me up for Tuesday and Thursdays, guys. So no, I just wanted to say hi. I miss you. I love you. And I'll see you on Tuesday.
We'll see you Tuesday, Kathleen. I'll call you tomorrow. We'll get you scheduled too, hon.
All right. Bye,
All right,
guys.
honey, we
Keep
love
up
you.
the great work,
Bye.
everybody.
Anybody else? Any other questions we haven't covered? Everybody good? I
Yeah.
know. Go ahead, Nona.
With our sardines considered carnivore?
Yeah,
Yeah.
meat.
Yep.
Go ahead. Well, you,
Oh, I thought it wasn't.
Put your hand up.
hey, if you can eat just sardines, you deserve to call it whatever the hell you want. Good for
I
you.
had a steak about a week ago, and then it's been sardines every day since. But my numbers are doing good.
There you go.
I don't know. I thought I
We may do that. Next 6 weeks. You ready? You ready?
Sardines every day.
Sardines and fast.
I don't think that Tammy is up for that one.
I could, you know what? If I could get it back to my
She's
clean
stubborn.
fat,
She really is stubborn.
I want to feel good so bad. I would probably try
She would
it.
probably do it.
If I could have my ribeye one day a week,
We'll see.
I would do sardines 3 days a week and fast. 3
You're
days a
going to
week.
consult the heart doctor first, and
Yeah.
we're going to make
Yeah.
sure everything's good.
Yeah.
We don't want we kid each
I
other.
don't need
a
the
lot,
biff
but-
down the back.
Yeah, we don't need that crap happening again.
It's falling all over the place. I couldn't walk. I was dizzy. I couldn't see straight. So
I'll see you at KetoCon. I'm already signed up. We already
Are
have
you?
we already have our Airbnb and everything. It's 5 of us coming.
Man.
nice. Good job. I can't wait. That's going to be awesome. Anybody that can go. I will put the link on the group page over there. And there is a discount right now, and it's only good till the end of October. So if you're going to go, get your ticket now. It takes your $300 ticket down to $100, and that gets you in.
Is this
KetoCon
is
is
that
in
the-
Texas.
Texas? Okay.
Yep, and it's in April this year, not July, which it'll be so much cooler. It won't be so crazy hot as it was
Get
last year.
reservations.
Yeah, so we got to get reservations made and everything like that. But anybody that can go, it's a nice one. The Robin Schweitzer that runs it is a beautiful soul. She's just a good woman, and she's trying to get good keto products, good keto people that are truly in it for the right reasons. So I'm just excited to.
And there's an excellent barbecue place right across the street.
What's it called?
Terry
Terry
Black's.
Black.
Terry Black's. That's right.
Terry
Lance
Black's
is going
barbecue.
to Texas just for the Terry Black's barbecue.
Yeah, boo.
Go ahead, Nona.
So you were going to look into see if anybody else could go that is on Dr. Boz's group, but not in our immediate group. I know you were going to talk, so they were going to give it to our group, I guess, at discount.
I have a
But can other
yes, anybody
neurons
can
go?
use that code right now. Yes.
Okay. All right.
So I will post
I
that
didn't want
page.
to tell them that till I knew for sure.
I will post that over on my group page. I'll put that code there so that everybody, and then she said the price after October, the end of October will progressively go up to the 300 then. So the sooner you get those tickets bought, the better. And I'll put that'll all be on our group page here. I'll try to stay up tonight and do that if we can. We'll get all also the one for Friendsgiving. She only has 10 tickets left for that one if anybody can go.
That's Judith Kohlheim.
And where's that at?
That one's in
Memphis, Tennessee.
Oh.
That would be November 12th. It's an evening.
Okay.
It's like a big dinner, and we get to see a bunch of keto people there.
We get to see his man crush.
I get to see Dr. Berry.
Did you see their video from, I think it was yesterday or just recently, where
Did
he
you see
went
that
and got
restaurant?
himself? Well, yeah, but I'm
yeah,
talking
he got
about
him-
when he went to go, he wasn't happy about going to get his
I know.
operation.
God love him.
Suck it up, Buttercup.
So funny. Oh, he starts the video like,
Oh, he's a hoot.
It's bad.
All right, guys. Everybody have a good night. We love y'all. Have a
Thank
good
you
week.
for tuning in.
Yes, we will see you on the group page. We will be posting things. We'll get back over there now. Dr. Boz's course is done. We're getting back on track. Anybody that's wanting private coaching in the class, I am getting ready to start up my next class. I'll be probably taking names here for the next couple of weeks. Again, I'm going to stay a little slower and lower this time. I'm not going as crazy. I'm going to do more group consults like we just did on Dr. Boz's 21-day camp. So we're going to kind of structure my classes the same way we just structured that 21-day one, and trying to getting everybody over the humps, because it's so cool when you can actually figure out your chemistry and what is stalling you and what is hindering your progress. And we can get you over those humps, and we can usually figure that out when we're in those smaller groups. So it was just magic when we seen all of our women get over every one of their protocols of trouble. So it was just kind of cool. So, all right. We love y'all.
Have a great
good night.
week.